What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue Radio, NGR Radio for short. My name is the notorious MJK. Alongside me, as always, is C. Diddy and Moose with a dollar sign. How are you guys?
Sorry. Don't rappers with cool names get to do that sound sometimes?
I mean, when they're rapping, yeah, but that's like the hype man. It's the ad lib guy. You
know what?
That
it doesn't matter what kind of weird rap sounds I make and sound white. There's always something dumber, and I just found it. Did you know that John Cena is going to play Duke Nukem in a Duke Nukem movie? That's dumb. I can make all the white rap sounds I want now.
I mean, after all, John Cena did release a rap album.
That's true.
So, and you know what?
I'm actually dumber than my white rap sounds.
I'm actually kind of into John Cena being Duke Nukem. I'm like oddly okay with this. I'm not sure I'm okay with it. I'm not sure I'm okay with a Duke Nukem movie being made because why?
Well, at least we know what the quality of the film they're aiming for.
Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely a B or a C style, but
straight to DVD or streaming services. It's like the Marine 7 Fire Bros hose. You know?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. All right. Cool. But now that's needed. So no, but for real, I'm Matthew Keel. That's Corey Deerig.
Yep, still me.
The third voice is Moose, and now we've respected him by calling him his real name, and he can join in the conversation because clearly he was disgusted a couple of seconds ago. And this is NGR Radio episode 79. I was born in 1979. That's really all I got. How are you guys? You guys good?
Good. Great.
Good. Doing good, man. It's Monday.
Doing great. Monday. Getting some stuff out of the way, working a lot.
Recording.
Yeah.
That's good.
Just yeah, doing great. Wonderful. How are you, Matt?
I'm all right. I am 100% A-okay. Ready to talk about some video games because I had a decent weekend with them. But
yeah, why don't you tell us about that decent weekend?
We'll see. I would rather you go first, sir.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I didn't. Unlike you, I did not get to play a ton of video games this weekend. However, today I did play a whole half a world of Mario plus Rabbids and some Super Meat Boy. And guess what? Those games are still good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have heard me the last 3 episodes, but those games still good.
Yeah.
Still real good. And I figured out the Bloodborne problem. So, Moose, remember when I was talking to you about how I couldn't access the DLC because it wasn't downloaded or whatever?
Yeah.
I went in and tried to access it and it said that I needed to download it again. So, I tried everything and then I deleted Bloodborne and re-downloaded it to my PlayStation and that worked. So
it's really weird because the DLC is built in like an update. Mm-hmm. So it was an update file, and then you just basically paid for it, and it was unlocked. It should have, So that's really weird that it was handled that way.
Yeah.
Now, do you have Bloodborne physical or digital?
Digital.
Okay. See, I think for me, I have it physical. And when it updated, and all of that stuff wasn't in it, because I actually did not buy the DLC day one, but when the patch came through and I was still playing, I noticed all the changes. I'm like, okay, so I really have to play this DLC just because of all these cool changes I'm seeing. I actually had to delete the game file and reinstall it. Mm-hmm. And when the updates cycled through, I had a similar. So I guess I mean it doesn't. I didn't have the same thing, but like it did affect me as well.
Weird.
Oh, well, whatever. Still good.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, and my PlayStation dashboard's starting to look like I stole a PlayStation from you guys.
That's true. Do you have that? What background do you have?
I have the PS2 one.
Oh, the PS2 dynamic theme that came out. Yeah, so do I. That's what I'm running right now.
All three of us. You did steal it, Corey. You did.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And my dashboard has like Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Persona 5, Super Meat Boy on PlayStation.
Yep.
M++, Gravity Rush 2, and then Overwatch and Destiny 2 and Titanfall 2 and Fortnite. So I mean, yeah, I pretty much took all of it from you.
I mean, I mean, Moose can confirm on this one, but I feel like that's just clean living.
Yeah, I think it's good living. I think he's finally making some right choices with his life. You know.
Oh, Persona 5. Did I say Persona 5?
Yes, you did.
5 is on there too. So, I also during the flash sale, Psychonauts was $2.50 or something.
That's a good time.
So
I had an issue getting the flash sale to load on my PS4, and I didn't feel like pulling it up on a browser on my phone, so I really didn't buy anything from the flash sale. Also, I don't really
didn't know what happened, so
yeah, I don't even need to buy anything.
Let me tell you what, though. As soon as I bought Psychonauts, there's a rumor floating around that Psychonauts 1 and 2 are both coming to Switch at some point.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, that makes
that wouldn't surprise me. They're just trying to, you know.
I was like, I forgot that they were making a Psychonauts 2. I was like, I wonder how many people are really going to buy that game.
I think enough people with prominent voices still like original Psychonauts. So there will definitely be people saying, "Hey, you should play original Psychonauts." I think Psychonauts 2 is probably going to rise and fall based on Metacritic score because I don't know of a lot of anticipation for it.
Yeah. I don't know. I liked what I played of the original Psychonauts, but it's been like, I don't know, probably 12, 13 years at this point.
Yeah,
I don't know. When did it come out?
That game's not new.
Yeah, that game is, it is, what you said, not new at all. It's fun.
Yeah, it's cool as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that they went from that to, what was it? Brutal Legend? Like,
yeah.
And that's a better game than anybody remembers it being. But
yeah, it's like this weird action game disguised as like an RTS. Cool.
And it's pretty metal, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's not the most metal game because I think that's probably more Doom or Slain. But but yeah. What else? What else? How far are you in Super Meat Boy now?
I am on level 8 of the hospital.
Okay.
But I'm trying to play each level until I A+ the level. I'm not like just beating it and moving on. I have one.
Getting bandages or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have.
You doing warp zones?
Yes.
Find any glitch ones?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
You'd know it if you'd know it.
Then probably not. I don't think so.
It'd be one of the, like you'd see like a blue screen with text that you just cannot read.
Oh no, I have not done any of those. So, but man, Super Meat Boy is really good. I I love this game. I cannot put it down. Like I go back to Mario plus Rabbids because I want to play that, and then I'm like, but nah, Super Meat Boy, so good. It's so good. And like I've been craving a 2D platformer on Switch, and like it's to the point where like I almost ordered like the replacement shells for the Joy-Cons with the D-pad. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it because I love Super Meat Boy so much.
Now, this is the first time you've played Meat Boy, right?
Yeah, well, I played a little bit on PlayStation, but it just wasn't like grabbing me at the time for some reason. I think it was one of those times where I was like, super obsessed with Destiny and skipped every other game that was on my PlayStation.
Makes sense.
I've shaken that habit pretty hard, and it's like to the point where like I don't even know if I'm gonna play the next DLC when it comes out. Like I turned it on today because there was an update, and I was like, "Oh, heard they changed a bunch of things," and I went in there. I'm like, "No, everything looks the same." So I was like, Meat Boy.
Yeah, Super Meat Boy. I'm actually considering using the Switch version as sort of like my training ground for going for the platinum in Super Meat Boy.
Do it.
I think I'm actually thinking I might. I haven't done any Meat Boy on PS4 since, and I don't have my Vita anymore, so I can't do it there. So hopefully, like the response is similar, so I could just sort of muscle memory it. But I've unlocked the 4th world. I'm going through the dark world of the 3rd one, and I've gotten to the point where I'm like, I've actually forgotten how to get a lot of the bandages and the warp zones. So I'm going to have to do some more digging. But yeah, no, I'm with you. On playing it on Switch, have you ever had a level that you were having just severe trouble with, but you didn't like, and you had to like do something else, so you just push the power button?
Yeah,
and you're like, you don't want to actually back out of the game because you want to see just the symphony of death when you actually do complete it.
Yeah, that there's a level I was playing the other day actually before I went to work. Sometimes I get up a little bit early to play before work because I don't know. Lately I haven't like staying up late to play games, so sometimes I dabble early. And there's this level in the hospital level where it's like a bunch of fans, and you have to take the fans up, and you have to like wall jump off the walls, and then use the fans to propel yourself up to the next thing.
Yeah,
and like for some reason I could not get it the night before. I was like on a roll, and then I just hit this. Well, no pun intended. I hit this wall, and I was just like, man, I could not pass this level. And so the next day I did it in the first try, but I just put it to sleep. I didn't like back out of the game or anything. And it was just like hundreds of Meat Boys getting chopped up by these fans.
Yeah. There are a couple levels in hospital. That's World 2, right?
The hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a couple of levels in the dark world that are just frustrating as hell on that one. But yeah, no, I'm with you. What else you been playing besides Meat Boy, Rabbids?
There's a game on Switch called Graceful Explosion Machine.
The story of NGR.
It's pretty good. Yep. Yeah. Wow. Title of the episode.
Yeah.
Maybe that should just be our YouTube URL when we get it.
Graceful Explosion Machine.
Yeah. And that game's pretty good too. And I don't know, playing Earth Atlantis really made me want to go back to that game for some reason because it controls almost identically.
Cool.
Nice.
And then Earth Atlantis and SteamWorld Dig 2 I've been dabbling back in.
Nice.
So, and then of course Puyo Puyo Tetris. Just the Tetris though. No Puyo Puyo. I don't.
That's what she said. Just the Tetris.
I don't got time for these angry-eyed balls dropping on me. I just need my straight shapes. That's all I need.
Just need my Tetris.
Angry balls and straight shapes.
I mean,
also the episode of the title.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Before we switch to you, Moose, been going back and forth with Benny Blanco in the chat. Or well, actually, his name is Benny Blanco from Debay. Did you notice anything about a $10 store credit from Sony recently?
No, but I'm gonna have to look this up.
Okay, because I didn't get it. He said he got it, and good for him. You take that money. But Moose, what have you been playing?
Zelda. Playing a crap ton of Zelda. So
I need more Zelda.
Game's good.
No, you don't.
Game's real good.
That game.
I need more Zelda. So
what is,
Yeah,
what is this game you're talking about? Zelda, is it?
Now, Corey, I'm going to interject here. You do not need more Zelda. Play different games.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're gonna end. You're
Play the
gonna
ones
end,
you're playing.
You're gonna end up with Moose's Bloodborne itis, but for Zelda.
Yeah,
and that's a way
I've already
different
been
thing.
getting the itch. I've already been getting the itch to play Master Mode.
That's a different. No, that's a different problem. Go see a doctor. Moose.
Yeah.
What else you playing? Where are you at in Zelda? What are you doing? You did the Flying Divine Beast last time out.
Yeah, and so Sunday. Sunday.
You were bowling for rupees, weren't you?
Yeah, I did. So what is it? Pondo's Lodge, which is right by the Farron Tower. Like you spend 20 rupees, and then if you get a strike, you get 300. And then if you
get a strike,
if you get a strike on the first try, knock all 10 pins down, you get 300 rupees. So it's basically you get.
That's what it is. You just get 20 rupees a roll.
Yeah, 20 rupees a roll, and you get like 300 for each strike. And it's you could watch some videos on how to like pick where exactly to toss the snowball. And then like if you knock down like 6 and then pick up the other 4, you get 100, you get like a gold, you get a silver. So like you get a gold for knocking all 10 and then like a silver for picking up a spare. And then I think it's like 50 for 9. So like if you knock down like 9 and miss that last pin, like he'll at least give you 50. So you'll get 30 rupees for your troubles. But anyway, so I was just sitting there farming rupees, checking that out. And I'm like, man, as much as I'd love to do this, to have like, it's ridiculous to try and get like 10,000 rupees. It's here. If I'm in a crunch and I don't feel like trying to find money, and I want to buy something, I'll just come out here, you know what I mean, and farm for a while. So I quit farming. I've been doing a couple shrines here or there, and now I'm trying to go to the ancient lab, the one ancient lab in the far north, to talk to the guy there and try and buy some ancient arrows and buy some ancient gear and stuff like that. I picked up the climbing pants. And then I was like, oh, well, I'd love to have that whole set, but you have to do like a feat of strength, like a major feat of strength, which is kicking like an ancient guardian's ass. And so I was like, well, it'd probably be easier if I had their gear, like the gear to take them on, and like the ancient arrows. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just move north, and because I have that side quest, and then I was like, I'll just move north and go to that location and see if I can get any and whatnot. But so that's what I'm working on right now. I want to get the climbing gear, and then I want to get all the gear I can buy from that dude there, and then probably work on the next Divine Beast. But been playing lots of Zelda, enjoying it, loving it. Everybody's Golf, I've been ranking up in Everybody's Golf, so that's been a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. It's a very relaxing game, unlike golf in real life, which is not very relaxing. Everybody's Golf is relaxing. And then pretty much that's it. I don't know. We didn't play Neo. I haven't been playing Dark Souls. Last time, did we record? No,
last time we recorded, I had missed the Bloodborne play session, but like Sunday when you were on, like during the Eagles game, I was playing Neo and
we did the PvP thing Saturday. Was that last week Saturday?
That was before the last episode. That was
during the week. Jesus, that's right, because I was out sick.
Yeah.
So that was like Tuesday. Yeah, that was like Tuesday or Wednesday, and so we were just hanging out doing that. But
we let Ahmed beat us up.
But other than that, nothing much else. Haven't really turned anything else on the Switch. This week's a pretty good drop as far as the PS4 goes. I know Darkest Dungeon came out last week.
It came out on Switch.
I highly recommend picking it up. I have it on PS4. So I have it on PS4 and Vita. So I'm very reluctant to buy it on the Switch like at full price. So I might wait until it drops in price before I pick it up. But that game's really fucking cool. Like if you're looking for a really cool indie game to take along with you on your Switch, nab some Darkest Dungeon. And it should, I believe it comes with everything. There was a Crimson, a Crimson DLC.
There was a new expansion. I think you could buy it without the expansion on Switch for $24.99. I'll say, I'm guessing. And then I think if you want the Crimson edition, I think it's just an additional $10. So it's like $34.99 or whatever. But yeah, Dark is like I picked it up. And I haven't played it on the Switch yet because every time I see it, I see Meat Boy's face right next to it, and you go for Meat Boy. And not to hijack you, Moose. Were you finished?
I'm done. That's all I've been playing.
So yeah. But Darkest Dungeon is, while roguelike has a certain connotation to it, I think this is a cool spin on the roguelike genre, mainly because from room to room, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a certain hardcoreness to the RPG mechanics that is not obtuse. Well, okay. It's not impenetrable, but it does ask the player to pay a modicum of attention.
Yeah.
And plus, I like the idea. There's something cool about the idea where you have like a 4-person party or 3 or whatever, and one of those party members can go insane and just be absolutely useless to you. There's something cool about that, and I feel like that is a cool way to deal with losing a party member rather than, oh, well, this class sucks, so they die. Yeah. But Darkest Dungeon has a fucking phenomenal look to it, and it's Red Hook, right?
Yes,
they did that. Studios. Red Hook created something special. I actually think that with what I've played of Darkest Dungeon, basically on PS4, Vita, and I haven't played the Switch version yet. I'll probably play it more on Switch, to be honest with you. But what they created is one of those games that, while it was successful, I think it was a Kickstarter too. I feel like the public will probably ask for a sequel, but I actually think this is one of those games that makes itself a platform, and they just say, instead of doing a sequel, we'll just periodically add stuff to it. And I feel like the way it's designed isn't necessarily setting it up for needing upgrades. Darkest Dungeon is cool. It is probably one of my favorite games of the last 10 years, and you should play it. I've been playing a lot of Meat Boy on Switch. Meat Boy is one of those games that is an actual obsession of mine, almost as much as the Soul series, if you've been paying attention.
Super Meat Souls.
Yeah, no, don't do that. No. My head.
What if they made a Dark Souls game, but starred Super Meat Boy, and it was all done in that graphical art style, but in a 3D world, but instead of slow and methodical, you had to sprint through the whole thing as fast as you could.
Oh, my blood pressure. Like, because here's the thing, you put in the Meat Boy connotation, all of a sudden you just die in one hit. And I'm just thinking of Smog and Ornstein fighting. And I'm just like, no, please. I'll get the rope. No. Sunday I played a bit of Neo, and I beat the I don't know how to say the name of the boss, but it's a giant slime that's black on a deck. Like
black slime.
Yeah, I mean, like Moose and I had some trouble with this, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to. My initial goal. Hang on, don't die, Moose. My initial goal when I started my session, I'm like, I'm just going to grind for the co-op material, so Moose and I can do it. So I would run out of revenants in the level, and I would attempt the boss because why not? And on one of my attempts, I actually beat it. I felt like freaking badass. It was a good time. And then I decided to go back to a prior level and try and find all the Kodama. Neo is just a really, really good game. And it's one of my favorite games of 2017. And if you haven't played it, you should. So do that. I think that's basically it. I don't think I've played anything else. So
is it counting. Really, just ask if I can put Super Meat Boy on my Game of the Year list for this year.
I mean, like the only reason it hasn't been on my list every year since it came out is because I remember how Chris on Platinum Achievements yelled at me for having Jazz Punk on my list in 2016. So yeah, or no, 2015. That's when that was, and that came out 2 years prior. But yeah, no, I'll let you put Meat Boy on your list. I mean, it's technically a new game. They added a 2-player mode. That's new stuff. That's enough new stuff.
New stuff.
Yeah. So by that sheer slim margin, that's enough for that to be a new game in 2018. And yeah, just it's Game of the Year.
Yes. Super Meat Boy Game of the Year.
Now,
all right.
Speaking of I think last week we talked about anticipated titles, or was that the week before?
I think that was
sure.
Now I know that I'm pretty much the only one on the panel here that's getting Monster Hunter.
Not true. I'm getting it.
Oh, you are getting it.
Yeah.
Are you getting it on Xbox or PS4?
PlayStation.
All right.
Xbox.
Hopefully I can get my schedule sorted out so we can play more together.
Yeah.
I really hope. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually really excited. Friggin' Iconoclast comes out. Well,
what is this game?
Like, I'm like, I didn't even know this thing was around, and all of a sudden I see it. I was looking at GameSpot at a slow period at work tonight, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And then
do you have the reviews up yet?
I haven't seen reviews for it. No, I saw that. I started looking, and I saw that Giant Bomb did a quick look, but I had to deal with patience, so I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
Tell them to hold on a second, that their fingers be reattached momentarily.
I mean, I did, but like we've had a rash of like positive flus, so I'm like, we should just see these people. But it's side scroller. I'm not sure if it's Metroidvania or not, but there are multiple characters. There's multiple weapons. It looks like a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
I just looked at the trailer, and I have no real clue. I know it was 7 years in the making, and that's pretty much it. But it's pixel art graphics, so people will have their connotations. If you like indies, I feel like you should check this out, or at least look into it and see if it's your jam, because I don't have much of an elevator pitch on it, unless Moose or Corey do.
I don't. Pick it up. It's indie.
Yeah,
it does look really good, and it looks colorful. Like the art style looks really cool, and it's got some vibrant colors to it. I was actually thinking of picking it up before you even said anything, because I was like, man, there's the drop this week's got some pretty big stuff, but the only thing I'm interested in right now is Iconoclast.
Mm-hmm.
So, excuse me. Yeah. See, we know each other.
Yeah.
So I shared the link in our in our chat with Captain Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I saw it. I think Friday. I think it was Thursday or Friday.
You know what? I remember you sharing that, but I did not look,
right.
because the chat moves and I just don't go back. So,
and I was like, holy shit! I was like, this looks freaking awesome, and it's coming out on Tuesday. So, I mean, I always like being surprised by games that sneak under the radar or my quote unquote indie radar. Yeah. So, I'm actually looking forward to checking it out. Maybe trying it. I might wait a little bit to pick it up, but it won't be too long if it's not tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, actually, you know what? That little discussion actually made me think of a topic. Do any of you have a topic to discuss or no?
Nope. You know what topic I want to discuss, Matt?
What?
Your topic.
Yeah. I like how you could say that without sounding like a kiss ass. I thank you, Derek. So here's a topic that I don't think we've ever really gone into. Not necessarily what type of games do you like, but what makes you push the buy button? What makes you pull the trigger on a game? And I'm not talking about like, hey, if it looks like Bloodborne, I'm buying it. Like, are there any concrete factors that you have to see in a game for you to be like getting that day one?
Well, recently it's been because you guys are buying games and I want to be a part of the conversation.
Right, but we also know you're a Halo fan, so that's why you bought Destiny and drank that Kool-Aid for a goddamn year.
A year?
Yeah, leave the man alone.
We're going on year 4, bro.
Cheers.
Some people make horrible choices in their life.
Hey, I'm doing my best to play some of these other games, and it's turning out to be a good time. Just saying, it's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. I usually I'll buy games for myself that I like single player games that I think I would enjoy, just in terms of so Horizon there's a lot of hype around the game and I thought it looked great, but it kind of looked like a Tomb Raider type game where I'm fighting giant robot dinosaurs. I'm like, oh, well, I liked that Tomb Raider reboot and Rise of the Tomb Raider a lot. So I'll give Horizon a try. And guess what? Turns out Horizon's real good. Actually might be better than Tomb Raider. I haven't really decided yet. I don't know. If my friends are getting games, I'll look into those games, and we'll play together. But I don't know. I haven't really liked playing with friends lately, except for the last couple times we've been playing Bloodborne. I don't know. A lot of my friends like to get loud, and I don't like to be anxious and angry playing games. I like to just relax and get into that point where being angry and trying to be good at a game that I don't know, maybe doesn't really matter if you're good at or not, is kind of not what I'm trying to do when I'm playing games. So I don't know. I've also found myself leaning towards simpler games like Super Meat Boy. Not that it's not a
it's simple, but it's not easy.
It's simple in mechanics, but not easy to master.
Exactly. So Super Meat Boy, Ender's Nye, Tetris. I've been playing a lot of that kind of stuff. Price tag is always a factor too. Batman, Arkham Knight. I'm not a huge fan of that series. I think Arkham Asylum is amazing. But the other games are kind of whatever. But I liked the games enough to where if that game was $6 on a PSN flash sale, I'll purchase it, and turns out Arkham Knight's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. And then I like heavy action games with RPG elements. So I think Devil May Cry, like DMC, for example, is a game where it's a stylized action game, but there's RPG elements where you're upgrading your weapons, getting new weapons, putting, I forget what they're called, blood skulls into your weapons that you enjoy using. And then you have to learn how to use the different weapons in different situations, So I really like fast-paced action games like DMC and Bayonetta. But I don't know, man. I like, if it looks like something that I'd be interested in, I'll just buy it and see if it's interesting. And then there's always the old, oh, I like Zelda, so I'll probably buy most Zelda games that they put out, or Mario games. Most things Nintendo puts out, I'll probably purchase and take a look at. So yeah.
Moose.
For me, it's I love indie games. So I've got a bunch of developers I always keep an eye on and see what they're doing and what they're working on. So, Supergiant Games, love Bastion. So then, was, ear to the ground when they were doing Transistor and then Pyre. So, staying on top of what they're working on, and, their next game will probably be awesome. Same with Housemark.
Yeah.
Who did Resogun.
Drinkbox, Yacht Club are two studios that keep an eye on too.
Yeah, and some of them are slower moving with their newer games than others. Like Drinkbox, whatchamacallit's going to be coming out pretty soon, Guacamelee 2.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I mean, we should see that before, I would say, March or April.
Yeah.
It should be finalized right now. They're probably just working with Sony to try and get when they want to release it. And I'll bet you money they'll be doing like a Play 2018. You know what I mean? Like they kind of run like a
that spring, like that sale.
Yeah, like spring. Yeah, they'll do.
I can't believe that Sony, like Microsoft, I get because they don't really have anything to show really. But like I cannot believe that Sony doesn't do a Nintendo Direct style thing. Where they give like a 10 or 15 minute presentation every 2 or 3 months to say, hey, here's some upcoming games you might be interested in, I really can't believe that they don't do something like that. And like, I know I just made fun of Microsoft, but that kind of presentation would help them too, to get the word out about what is Sea of Thieves, what is Crackdown, what is State of Decay. Like those are their big titles coming out, and we don't
know shit about them.
Yeah, like we literally don't know anything about these games except for the trailers that they put out, and I know the Sea of Thieves beta is in like 3 weeks, but like, or 2 weeks now, but like, I still don't know what that game is. Like, are they pitching it as a Destiny like pirate game? Or are they pitching it as like like just a open world game where you hang out with your friends and pretend to be a pirate? Like, what is that game? And like, I mean, Microsoft would benefit, but I think Sony, like out of anybody, I'm surprised they do not do Nintendo style directs to tell you what games are coming.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like they have so many. It's like so freaking many are coming out. Like this week. Yeah,
but that would also help curate.
Class comes out, and then also Celeste, which is the next game from the people that did Towerfall Ascension. Yeah. So I mean that's and it's also things like that. Like if I know if I've owned a previous game, even if I'm not following them 100%, like if I've known they've done a previous game that's done, that I've enjoyed, then I'll pick up their latest one. So Iconoclast, I'll probably just pick up because it looks awesome. I've been looking at some screenshots, and I'll pick that up to play that. But I'm kind of pumped to play that, and probably Celeste just to show that developer some support. But like games that also have like a quirky mechanic, I personally feel you can do quirkier things, or not even quirky, just like you can kind of do off the wall stuff with smaller games, like smaller indies, like like Blasphemous, like that game's gonna be freaking cool. And then Death's Gambit should be really cool, and obviously Chasm. Listeners are tired of hearing me talk about them, but those games, you can like Chasm is procedurally generated, So like it's going to be a different game every time you play it. So that's cool. You know, like that's pretty cool. Like if they release that on the Switch, that's a never ending game for you on the go. You know what I mean? Like obviously you could beat it, but then once you restart it, it's completely different than the second or third or fourth or fifth or 100th playthrough. You know what I mean? Like it allows them to have a platform where they can keep engaged with their players, you know? So
yeah.
And then like AAA stuff, like like I'll try like Horizon, took a chance on Horizon, loved it.
Took a chance,
So
took a chance.
yeah, exactly. But like AAA titles, like all the Sony ones coming out this year, excuse me, I'll play them. Like I try and show support to like the team that did Gravity Rush. So Gravity Rush 2, I picked it up last year during the holiday sale because I really wanted to play it, and I just never, I never got around to picking it up. And so now I was like, all right, well, I'll buy it on sale, and I definitely need to play that. So it's just studios that put out really good games that get rolled over by the marketing machine, because they don't have that income. Or Sony's like, well, Gravity Rush 2 is a really great game, but nobody really wants to hear about it, so they don't even give them like marketing money. You know what I mean? So then it gets buried, and then like not even a year later, the online servers are shutting down. So it's like it's sad.
But to counteract that, fan petition, they're keeping it on for 6 months.
Yeah,
that's kind of how it worked for Demon Souls for so many years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I also like you said, Moose, like I like to follow studios to like games I like previously of theirs. I mean, look, whatever Yacht Club does next, I'm probably gonna buy, because Shovel Knight is so good.
Me too.
I mean, I hope it's like Super Shovel Knight or like Shovel Knight 64 or something like that, like
so I'm not like I feel like you think I'm making fun of you. I'm not laughing at you, but I'm laughing because like that would be awesome.
I know, but I really want that. And like
if they said Shovel Knight 64, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yes, Yacht Club. You go. You just ride this beyond. Awesome. You just go.
But then like I saw one of the trailers for Yooka-Laylee, and Shovel Knight was rendered in like full 3D and like super amazing graphics. I'm like, I kind of want like that Mario Galaxy Shovel.
That would be, or even like in the vein of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Like a little 3D. I think their next game would be fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
But that just showing support for indies, man. People putting games out there, and sometimes not even to like. They're not even like the guy that's doing Battle Princess Madeline. Like he's not putting a game out there to make a game. Like his daughter loved watching him play the first boss in was it Ghouls and Ghosts? And
probably because he made it past that first boss.
Well, no, she made him play it like all the time, and so they were talking about knights and stuff like that, and she was just like,
why can't there be a girl?
Yeah, well, she didn't say that. He just said, what color would your armor be if you were a knight? And she's like, Daddy, girls can't be knights. And he's like, you want to bet? And so he started coming up with the game. And so she like designs like the enemies and the levels, and he renders them into the game. And so he's like, I still have creative control, and like what of hers makes it into the game. He's like, but a lot of it, like, I'll redraw or, kind of try and figure out what she's trying to get across. And then, it makes it into the game. And I think it's going to be like 8 levels or something crazy, like something cool like that. And so it's going to, like, I like supporting stuff like that. Like he's putting the game out there so his daughter knows that, like, hey, you can, girls can be heroes too. You know what I mean? It's not just boys, and not only that, but he's putting out a game that she's helping create.
He's putting out a game that looks freaking cool, too.
And that too, like the game, it's not just like a, like a really crappy drawn like game that you're just like, okay, well, I'll support it because of its cause. No, like the game looks freaking awesome.
Yeah,
like, that's the number one reason it's on my list. It's like everything else is just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of ghouls and ghosts, did you check out that indie game for PS4 and Xbox One called Maldita Castilla EX or whatever? Mm-hmm. It's like a really awesome ghouls and ghosts indie game that it was like $7 or $8 when I bought it on Xbox.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was one of my games for the
No. You're thinking of Curse Castilla. Now I don't know what Maldita Castilla is, but
mine's the remake.
Is the remake? Oh, okay. All right.
They're the same. They're one and the same. They're one and the same thing. Yeah. Right. It's one and the same, man. So
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a little bit of a beer interlude. I want to say, Justin Whitaker
interlude
sent me these 2 beers.
Jesus, if you did not drop them.
One of them is Psycho Killer India Pale Ale. Psycho Killer. I'm kind of guessing it's a reference to the Talking Head song, which is amazing. And then this Sunday Paper Stout with coffee by Exhibit A Brewing Company. I want it to be on record that they are amazing, and if you have access, you should go find them. They're in both breweries are in Massachusetts, so anybody there, go for it.
Yeah.
So, I think we're to me now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know. Can I ask you a question? Did either of you have a hard time figuring out how to start this answer? because I am right now.
Yeah.
There are games that to me are obvious matte flavor. What obvious matte flavor is, I'm not 100% sure. Things I like in a game. I feel like you kind of have to go to why I like video games in general. And one of the things that I get from video games is each frame is almost a puzzle you have to solve. So I look at a game like Super Meat Boy, and each of those levels is a platform puzzle. So, but I also think that me saying that, well, a game is a constant stream of puzzles leads you to every game ever.
Yeah.
So my sort of purchasing statement when I'm going to buy a game, first and foremost, does it look fun? And then after that, it's kind of like a flow chart. I almost always look for a new experience first. And if it's not really a new experience, I try and see how familiar that experience is. So like, for example, Horizon. Moose brought it up, so I'm going to just sort of run with it. When I saw at that E3 demo that they did that you could basically tie down robot dinosaurs and you could either finish them off or hack into them and take control of them. That there was enough for me to go, okay, that's a gameplay loop I want to try. Monster Hunter, that is on the verge of coming out by the time this show comes out. It will be out. Mm-hmm. Chris Haar on Platinum Achievements spent a lot of time asking me and talking to me about the Monster Hunter franchise. And then I'd kind of always been interested because for some reason the words Monster Hunter are intriguing to me. That's a long goddamn walk for anybody other than me to take, and I get that. But when he told me that if you like the Souls games, you might like Monster Hunter, that was enough for me to be, okay. The first chance I have to check out a Monster Hunter game that's not on, that I don't have to buy a 3DS or some sort of weird console for, I'm in. Now, before anybody says, hey, Monster Hunter was on the Wii U, I had too many other games, wasn't going to do it on the Wii U. Sorry. So when Monster Hunter World was announced, I literally messaged Chris and said, did you see that? He's like, yeah, I saw it. I go, you're going to need to teach me the ways. And he's like, what do you mean? I go, I've never played Monster Hunter. I'm going to let you be my teacher. So get ready to yell at Matt. And he's like, I hope your anus is ready. I'm like, fucking typical Chris. What is it with him and buttholes? I don't know. But like when I first saw Super Meat Boy, like, to be honest, the first time I saw Super Meat Boy was when it was the day it came out, and I bought it because I had heard about it on GameScoop. Damon Hatfield said, oh, by the way, I'm reviewing Super Meat Boy, and it is amazing. I'm like, all right, I've been listening to this podcast for all of a couple of months at this point, and this guy seems to like games that I like. So I bought Super Meat Boy the day it was released, played it, and I'm like, this is amazing. And I had one of my best friends over at the time, and my ex-wife now, but wife at the time. They're like, it just looks like there's meat everywhere. And I'm like, it's kind of the point. And they're like, that looks gross. And Corey is, just taunting me with the Switch.
Put it down, man.
But it's down. I'm getting ready to charge it.
I feel like the subjectivity of games really it doesn't there you go. It doesn't so much come in at the opinion of the game as much as it does the purchasing of the game. Because let's be honest, if Corey and Moose are 100% on board with any review of a game that comes out, and I'm the critic, all I have to do is say this game is at least an 8 or better, and list some bullet points. And if any of those bullet points sink in with Corey or Moose, they're buying that game. That is why I feel like criticism as a whole on any media you want, I feel like scores are worthless, and the actual writing of something should be what sells it. Now, does a critic of any media have the job of sales? No. Because there are games, and I'm going to throw this out there, Moose. There are games like Helldivers. Helldivers was Moose's and my game of 2015. Now, Moose, to my knowledge, had not really played Bloodborne yet, and I had Bloodborne that year. Like I knew I was going to love Bloodborne. I saw Helldivers originally. I'm like, oh, it's kind of a Diablo in space. But the minute someone said friendly fire, I'm like, oh, that's new. I want to see what that's about. Because I didn't know, did I want to just get a bunch of random encounters in Helldivers and just start mowing them down? No. I liked the fact that it was that other bit of strategy where if a whole bunch of monsters are approaching from the right side of the screen and you have two players there, you have to pay attention to where the hell you're firing. And that sort of problem is intriguing to my brain. Is it going to be intriguing to anybody else? I don't know. Also, in that year that was when Moose and I became friends. We became friends through Rocket League. We were randomly paired up in a Rocket League tournament, and then I said, "What do you think of Hell?" Or I don't remember which one of us brought it up, Moose, but one of us brought up Helldivers, and we're like, and the other one was like, "Oh, I love Helldivers," and you're like, "Okay, we may not win this Rocket League tournament. We should play Helldivers." Yeah. and then we played Helldivers. Both of us got the platinum, and it's been a match made in heaven ever since.
That's true. Yeah. I wonder. Speaking of Helldivers, I wonder what Arrowhead Studios is doing. They're the guys that did Helldivers, and they've been quietly lead.
Ever since that Gauntlet remake, they haven't.
Yeah, which I was going to say, they did Gauntlet. I think the next year after Helldivers in 2016. So they've been quiet. So what I'd love to see is Helldivers 2. I think what they could do, and this is my opinion, I think they can make the loot matter and give us allow us customization of guns. Okay, you got a shotgun. Hey, pick your ammo. Here's 3 or 4 different types of ammos you can pick from. Put a late, and then you have 2 or 3 upgrades. So you got a sight, possibly. You have a laser pointer, which helps with the sight. Those both help with accuracy. And you got clip size you can increase. You got all these different factors, that you can upgrade on your weapons, and also, have maybe 1 or 2 upgrades for the stratagems. It's you call down the pack. So you got the jump pack. Well, the jump pack, let's say, gives you a shield when you're in midair, or for 5 seconds after you land. You have a shield for 5 seconds till you can really get your footing. So there's these different power-ups that they can give you to help just to expand on Helldivers. Mm-hmm. Now, Helldivers was a shit ton of fun. The stratagems were awesome, but I found that I would end up playing with a certain amount of stratagems.
With the certain, you had that loadout that was good for you.
Yeah, you had that loadout that was good for you. So what I'd like to see them do is kind of expand on their weapons and their stratagems to be no, now you want multiple loadouts. You don't want to just get stuck because, oh, hey, here's something that's awesome, and it's not just us trying to say it's awesome. It actually is awesome, and when you try it, you're going to be oh, crap. Well, now when I go into when I deploy, I have to pick between this loadout and this loadout, not because, it's what am I fighting? It's they're both awesome, and I want to take both of them with me, so I got to make a choice.
Yeah. Well, and I feel I remember I think it was either a Podcast Beyond or a PlayStation Blogcast. Somebody said that game was basically top-down Destiny.
Yeah.
And I feel I fell off of Destiny because I had spent so much time with Helldivers prior to that. So I'm not 100% certain they're wrong. I'm not 100% certain they're right. But like Moose said, eventually you end up falling into the pattern. You're this loadout works for me. This is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. But they only added one more additional biome. They added the volcanic planet, which presented a ton of problems. It presented a ton of different problems in really cool ways. But then they also added essentially raid bosses where you had to grind for a certain amount of material before you could go and fight. Mm-hmm. And I liked that. And I feel if they were to do another Helldivers, keep the same perspective, keep the same gameplay idea, keep friendly fire. Because if you take out friendly fire, that game's a fucking different thing.
Yeah, and it's not theirs. It's just another twin stick shooter. You know what I mean? That's what made their game unique.
Yeah.
So
well, I think they found enough ways to take the dismissive twin stick shooter out of it. Mm-hmm. Because there was a lot that didn't make that just a twin stick shooter.
I mean, hell,
but-
I would doubt that we get past E3 and they don't announce their next game.
I mean, I would really like to know what they're doing.
I think Gauntlet was in production before they was probably being worked on before they released Helldivers.
Like they probably had a team start it. And,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, and really, like I think in order to promote Gauntlet, there was a brief moment where Gauntlet was actually in Helldivers, where there was this thing that if you let an objective if you let yourself fail an objective, an explosion happened, and you ended up in Gauntlet. Which holy shit, that's goddamn cool. But like that studio, they have some chops. They did the original Magicka. They didn't do Magicka 2, which Moose and my boy Gideon, he loved that. He platinumed it.
Yeah.
I bought it and I have not played it. But that's my own problem.
Yeah.
But getting back to the subject, like how do I pick a game? I'll be honest with you, the honest truth is I almost don't know. And that's probably as close to the truth as you'll get, because at the end of the day, in 2017, I had a game like Legend of Zelda, a game like Nier Automata, a game like Persona 5, Pyre, and any other games that are on my top list. I've been drinking, so I'm missing a lot. But I also had Horizon on there, and I had The End Is Nigh. I mean, those are very different games, all of them. But something about each of them is what said, Matt, you need to purchase this. Now, certainly with Horizon, it's not because I loved Killzone and Guerrilla did it. It's because I saw the idea of taking down robot dinosaurs or taking control of them. With Pyre, it's easy. Supergiant Games, bought every one of their games. They've all been great, so I'm gonna continue to play their games. End Is Nigh, the same Ed McMillan, one of the principal developers of Super Meat Boy. So of course I'm gonna buy that game. Legend of Zelda is one of my favorite franchises of all time. So naturally, I'm at least going to try it. Did I expect to have a different sort of open world game than I had ever had before? No. Nier Automata, like, there's nothing remotely in that lineage that pulls me to that game, other than the fact that when I looked at it and you got that one brief glimpse of what is humanity. I'm a Blade Runner fan, so I'm like, okay, Blade Runner in. I loved Persona 4, so naturally I'm going to buy Persona 5. Do I expect any of this to be some of the best experiences I would have of a year, be it any year? No. And this is probably the only time I will say this Ray Osorio quote, but eventually you kind of have to just play what you love.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say love what you play, because sometimes you take a chance on a new thing and it's just not yours, so you don't have to love it. Like Corey, for example, he's been trying a lot of new stuff since he's been exposed to Moose and I. He needs to get cream to rub the rash off, but that's a different thing.
And to that point, I re-downloaded Helldivers like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, what if they want to play? Like, will they play with me for like recording?
He's scared, Moose. He's scared.
Nah, he ain't scared.
I'm not scared. I just don't want to play by myself.
I don't blame
I'll
you.
play with you. I'll play some Helldivers. God, I love that game. It's so good. I can't wait for a sequel. So it's about time.
I'm not sure if a sequel needs to happen, but if they did another thing and said, "Hey, it's like Helldivers, but in this universe,"
Well, I mean, I could totally see them redoing like a bunch of stuff in the game. like redoing stratagems, your weapons, all that stuff. Even enemies. Create a new enemy. Hey, things have been peaceful, you know, you've been winning against the cyborgs, the Illuminates, and the the bugs. Well, now you have this over here. You know, you got this new race, like humanoid race, coming in, and they want to take over the galaxy, you know, or something like that. I think it'd be badass.
Makes me want to kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think,
for the record, Corey, if you want to play Helldivers, I'm pretty sure Moose and I would play with you.
heck yeah, I'll play this week with you. I also think, like, I agree with Corey, like, price. I think that's what one of the things about indies that I love is it's like price. Like, you pay $20 and you get this kick-ass game. Like, Iconoclast has like 22 plus bosses in it. And it's like, that's pretty badass.
That's a Dark Souls game.
Yeah. So that's like I think it'll probably be $20. So that's like $1 a boss, you know? And then like you're playing the game and the levels to get to it. And it's a 2D platformer. I love 2D platformers. I love Metroidvanias, hence why I can't wait for Chasm. But it's just, you know, it's like little stuff like that. And then, like I said, indies, it's bite size. It's a great way for a developer to really try and put something cool in their game. Like, I love Galaxy by 17-bit. That game is just so good. It's like if you loved Saturday morning cartoons growing up when you were younger.
Forget Saturday morning cartoons. You like Voltron.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, if
there's not a multiple, there's not everybody forming, but, you know, it's Voltron. Trust me.
And you get, and if you like shooters, like, it's just the game just does awesome. It's just an awesome game. So, you know, get that 100%. Man, get that 100%.
Shut up, Moose. You're just holding that over me because you've done it and I haven't.
No, what I hold over you is the 10,000 kills in Helldivers.
Which one?
I got them all legit. I got all my 10,000 kills legit. My band. Anyways,
I think just for like another point to that before we move on, like, I think PlayStation Plus and games with gold has really got me to play a lot of games I don't think I would have ever played either.
Yeah. Beautiful, Corey.
Like
Resogun. Like,
yep.
I don't know if I would have ever played Resogun, like, but it was free when I got my PS4, and I'm like, oh, this game's actually pretty sweet, you know.
Galaxy was a PlayStation Plus game. The Magicka 2 was. Helldivers was.
Stealth Inc.
Eventually, Stealth Inc. was. You know, so like people want to scoff at like PlayStation Plus because it's too many. Yeah,
dude, Apotheon launched as a PS Plus game. That is one of the coolest. That is an underrated as hell Metroidvania. Yeah, Rocket League. Like, I don't know what sort of soothsaying person pulled the trigger on that being a PlayStation Plus game, but holy hell.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, no, like, I think the one factor I will contribute to the discussion, because I don't know what Moose said, I was away. I think that you should not close yourself to new experiences. And I feel like if anybody who's listened to this show, especially since the turn of the year, Corey has been stepping outside his own comfort zone, and he seemed to like it. Now, does that mean that Bruce and I will direct him toward a game that he just doesn't like? Yeah, we most certainly could. But I feel like that's how you sort of grow.
But see, there's that, and then there's also like we know what he likes, so we're gonna be like, oh, you like this type of beer, you know, because we both like beer, and so let's give you something that's similar to that, but just a little bit different, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'll gonna suggest Death's Gambit and Chasm and Battle Princess Madeline, and because I know he likes Shovel Knight. He's liking Super Meat Boy, so he's liking the platformer. I'll even recommend Iconoclasts for him. Pick it up on PS4 and have some fun with that. Because now's the time to get those bite-sized games in. Because we don't. I mean, well, you guys are both going to be playing Monster Hunters, but it's just something to add to the catalog to try on the side.
Yeah.
When you want a palate cleanser, when you're like, you know what, I don't want to grind killing this boss for like 20 minutes. I'm just gonna play something quick, and just grind out a boss in a Iconoclast or something.
I mean, I was having a lot of problems in Neo with that slime boss, and
so did I.
And when I say a lot of problems, like it was multiple play sessions that I just could not beat it, so I just set it down. And people at home do not take my path. I chose Super Meat Boy to calm me down. That's just the special kind of personality that I am. That's not everybody. But like if you have a journey or a flower or something that is just naturally calming, or if you're calmed by the tension in XCOM, do your thing, but just sort of know.
Bloodborne calms me down.
Right, but like I think that's sort of, you have to sort of know what your reaction is to a certain thing.
Yeah,
I tend to try a lot of new things in just about every aspect of my life. I would not have the record collection you have behind me if I didn't buy some of those albums on CD in the 90s just because I like the artwork. Don't be afraid to take chances. If you see a game got a 7.5, but you're still sort of attracted to it, go for it. If you see a game got a 3 and you're still like, you know what, I feel like that might be a thing for me, do it. Even if you don't want to do it at 60 or full indie game price, which is usually between 20 and 40, wait for that price point that's yours. But don't always listen to what the critics are saying or what the Metacritic score is. Always listen here and here. If you're not listening to either of those, I can't help you.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't listen to my heart, I wouldn't have stuck with Dark Souls or Demon Souls. If I didn't listen to my heart, I wouldn't have gotten Super Meat Boy. If I didn't listen to my heart, I probably wouldn't be the Mega Man fan that I am or the Legend of Zelda fan I am. All of that has been sort of me. So listen to you. Whatever you is telling is probably the way to go. 20 questions, gentlemen, shall we?
Yeah, 20 questions.
It's my game this week. Let's do this shit.
Yeah.
And yes, I cursed. And yes, I'm drunk.
No, we don't care.
I'm glad you don't care.
I also don't care.
Great.
You know, there's an explicit tag on our podcast for a reason. So,
I mean, that's only for when I get naked and put my dick on camera.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
Hasn't happened yet, which I'm thankful for.
Moose, there was a time before you were here.
That's true. That's true. There was.
All right.
There was. You gonna keep time?
I will keep questions. Actually, no, I'll keep time. I do need to ask. Corey?
Yeah.
Explain the rules.
God. Okay. So basically, if you are new to the show, we play a game of 20 questions. It's very simple. One of us will pick a game, and the other two people will have to guess that game. We have 30 seconds per question, and after every 5 questions, we have a 2-minute huddle. And then at the end of 20 questions, we have a a total of 5 minutes to try to guess the game. And if we guess the game, the guessers get a point. And if the guessers lose, the game holder person gets a point. I don't know what to call that person. So, yeah, 20 questions when Matt gets back. Stay tuned for the amazing 20 questions.
Woo! All right.
Oh, look, he's back.
I'm here.
All right.
Well, shall we get started? Do you want me to keep track of the guesses?
No, I've got the questions. I've got the time.
Okay.
He's got everything apparently.
Man, he's the true host now. Look at him. He's all put together and
Dude, don't do that. Don't put that kind of pressure on me. I'm not like all three of us are in this together, and that's why I love it. Don't put one of us ahead of anybody else. Seriously. You have no idea what that's going to do. I'm going to need therapy now. Thanks, Corey.
You're welcome.
Ask your question. You have 30 questions starting 30 seconds starting now.
Who's going first? Me? Moose?
You are.
Oh, okay. Did this game come out before January 1st, 2000?
Yes.
Is it an indie game?
God damn it. Now I have to Google. I'm pausing the time.
Well, that's my question. So
I get it, but like at the same time, I don't want to.
So it came out before 2000.
Okay, I have a counter question to your question. Define an indie game.
Not either.
Because
I would say an
indie game.
I would say an indie game is a game that does not have a major publisher.
Define major.
You're going too deep here, man.
Because I feel like the definition of the indie game is without a publisher.
Speaking of indie games, have you heard that the new label for bigger indie games called Triple I?
That's been something that I originally heard it on like the Giant Beast cast, like I think like maybe just over a year ago at this point. And I think it is as terrible as they do. So now
let's go.
I'm gonna say this. If the definition of indie game is not associated with a publisher, I'm going to say it's not an indie game because it is associated with a publisher. Whether or not that publisher is major is something I don't have time to research at this point.
I'm going to say, let's just go with the Wikipedia definition. An independent video game, commonly referred to as an indie game, is a video game that is often created with the financial support of a publisher. So that's what we'll go with. Although some games funded by a publisher are still considered indie. So I'm gonna go. The definition of indie is that it's a game that's developed without a publisher.
Okay. So, based on that, this game had a publisher, so no, it is not an indie game.
Okay. All right. Is this a 2D game?
Yes.
Do you play a human?
No.
An animal? Maybe.
Okay. Is it shoot. Okay. Is it, can you do you how do I want to word this? Can you shoot things?
No.
Okay.
2-minute huddle, gentlemen. Let me start. Hang on. Let me. I'm starting the timer now. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Now.
All right. So you don't play as a human. It's not indie. You don't shoot things. I want to ask: can you butt stomp? Can you butt stomp? enemies.
Butt stomp.
So when did do you want to try and narrow down what system it came out on?
Yeah.
Because he said it was before 2000. January 1st,
Wait,
2000.
if it's before 2000, probably not an indie game.
Well, he said it's not an indie game.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
by the definition,
2D. It probably was not a Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, or N64 game. Unless it's Mischief Makers, and I don't think Matt's a Mischief Makers kind of guy.
I'm not.
look at him. He's mischief. He's
1 minute.
He is a Mischief Maker, but he's not.
Fuck yes, I am.
Do we want to
Probably-
ask?
If you ask my girlfriend, it's one of the things I do best.
And you can shoot things in Mischief Maker, so
Okay.
I think.
So we want to narrow down the. Do we want to narrow down like more like platformer? Is it?
Yeah, I
does
think
it
we should
have
go.
Metroid's
30 seconds.
Mania style mechanics to it.
Yeah, let's go towards genre, and then like try to narrow down like a console generation at least, maybe.
Okay.
You don't play as a human.
RPG elements, other RPG elements,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I can ask those if you want to stick to the console questions, and I'll stick to the like genre and stuff like that.
10 seconds.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so it's my turn. Matt, we're ready to go.
All right, Moose, you're even, so you're up.
All right. Does the game have RPG elements?
No.
Did this game come out during the 16-bit era?
No.
Do you play an animal?
No.
Don't play as an animal. You don't shoot things. Yeah. Did this come out during the 8-bit era?
Yes.
Okay, so NES, maybe Master System. If he picks Enduro Racer, I'm going to punch him in the face.
You can punch him in the face.
2D 8-bit. Don't play as an animal. Don't play as a human.
And I
You could
hit
be-
I hit enter early. This is Moose's question. It is question 10, so you have 30 seconds. I'm going to start the timer now.
Ask if it's a license. We should maybe is it a licensed game?
There we go. That's a good question. Is it a licensed game?
No.
Okay, so that eliminates a bunch of the garbage. Like,
I'm going to start the 2-minute timer now.
okay,
All right.
so it's an 8-bit game, probably NES.
Well, that's
Game
16-bit.
Boy. NES is 8-bit.
Oh, NES. Yeah. I thought you said S. Sorry.
Don't play as an animal. Don't play as a human. What other things do you play as? Spaceships? Like, what kind of shoot 'em? Like, well, you don't shoot
maybe
things.
we don't shoot things. Well, maybe it's a racing game. Whatever.
You have a minute and a half left.
Whole position.
I want to tell you right now, don't get hung up as what you play as.
Right.
It's the only help I'm going to give you.
It's probably Tetris. Punch him in the face.
Tetris. Puya Tetris.
Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Fuck yes.
Sonic
You guys have a
Spinball.
minute left.
Do we want to see if it was on consoles as well as PC? If it was even on PC?
Yeah,
Was it
maybe.
exclusive to consoles.
Yeah. Maybe we
There's
should.
that.
Okay, I'm going to give you one more bit of help. The initial release of this thing, of this game, not necessarily PC.
Not necessarily PC.
The initial console release was NES.
Okay.
You have 30 seconds left.
Okay, so do we want to narrow down like maybe multiplayer, maybe genre, I think, still would help us out a lot here.
Yeah. Is it is it a racing game? Because you drive a car.
10
but
seconds.
You're playing somebody driving.
Yeah.
Do you play an alien?
Yeah.
Don't get hung up what you play as. I'm going to repeat myself.
I know. We heard
Time's
you
up.
fucking-
I need a question.
Whose is it? It's
Yours.
Corey's.
You're
No,
on.
No, it's my turn.
Corey's
I'm
up. My
evens.
bad.
I'm evens. Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Is there is there racing involved? Do you drive anything? Do you drive something?
No.
Okay. So
Moose.
platforming. Did we figure out if it was a platformer or not yet?
Is it a platformer?
I'm going to say there are platforms in it. It's not necessarily a platformer. Corey, I'm starting the timer now.
Okay. Are there? She's throwing me off if I don't get caught up what you play as. Is there any type of antagonist in this game? Are you fighting enemies?
No.
Okay. So,
What about Marble Madness?
ooh, that's a good one.
My timer started, right?
I'm starting it now. I forgot to hit start. So go ahead.
Should I ask if you play marble?
Yep. Yeah.
Do you play a marble?
No. Corey, your timer has started now.
Is this some sort of weird puzzle game?
Yes, on both counts. It's weird and it's a puzzle game. Your 2-minute timer starts now, gentlemen.
Okay, so we're on the right track, but
Excuse me.
so it's a puzzle game. Weird puzzle games. Well, there was a weird Yoshi puzzle game.
On Nintendo? On the NES?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Yoshi's Cookie. Maybe it was Game Boy. I don't know. It might have been both. There's that weird Tetris multiplayer where you played as the Mario Brothers, but I don't know if there's platforming in that. I don't remember.
There's platforms in this, and it's a weird puzzle game. I don't know many weird puzzle games from the NES area.
I mean, Marble Madness is about his. What about what type of game is like the Puzzle League stuff?
1 minute.
I don't know what kind of games those are.
It wasn't an indie game.
We could try to see if it we could try to narrow down a publisher, if it was a first party game or.
We could go that route. Was it a Nintendo published game?
Yeah. If it was Japanese or Western made.
He said it came out on, I think,
30 seconds.
PC, and then its initial console launch was on Nintendo.
That still leads me to Tetris, but I don't know because there's weird multiplayer modes in Tetris that
15 seconds.
Weird stuff, but I don't know.
Do you want to ask if it's a single player game? We
got
5 questions last. Well, you're up first.
Okay.
So you can ask your first question, and then we can pick all of my ones.
Okay.
Moose, you are up first. This is question 16.
Do you want me to ask? What do you want me to ask? What is it?
Ask if it's multiplayer in any way.
Is there multiplayer in any way?
I actually have to pause the timer and look because that's the one thing I don't know.
What if it's something like Balloon Fight?
What if it's Spy versus Spy? Would you play creatures or whatever? Puzzle game.
What's your question, Moose?
Is there multiplayer?
Okay.
Great radio, guys.
I'm just saying.
We're at
Okay.
a loss here, Corey, because I don't know a lot of weird puzzle games.
Neither do I.
This has
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yes, there was multiplayer.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's see. Jeez, what are some weird, like, I'm trying to think of, like, was this a, man, did they ever re-release this game in, like, a virtual console or HD remaster form?
Let me find out. Because this game is old enough that I don't know.
What if it's something like, gosh, like, I don't know, like either like Solomon's Key or Bubble Bobble or Bust a Move. I don't know. I'm trying.
Bust a Move.
I don't know. That was a puzzle game, right? We had to like pop the bubbles together or whatever, right? That's a real thing, right?
I guess. They didn't have the match 3 back then. So I can say it can't be.
It's true.
Match 3.
I'm going to say no. And the reason I'm saying no is because there are plenty of internet sources saying yes, but Wikipedia does not.
Said it was re-released.
There was not an HD remaster of this game.
I really want an HD remaster of Marble Madness now, by the way.
That'd be cool.
I have not
I'm
stopped
with you
thinking
there.
about that since Moose said that.
So
Who's
I'm
trying?
starting Moose's. Wait, hang on. Let me get back to the Hangout. Okay.
Do you want me to ask?
That
if
was
it's
question
first-party publish?
17. So this is Moose's question. Question 18.
Jeez.
Starting timer now.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
I'll ask it. Was the game published by first party?
No.
Okay.
That was 18, right? Shoot.
19, Corey.
Oh boy. Okay. Do you have to like match certain things together or pop them together or whatever? This
Nope.
game. Okay, so I don't even know now.
I don't know now
Jeez.
either. I don't even. Jesus.
Is it something dumb like I don't know? Like the 3 that pop into my mind are Solomon's Key and Bubble Bobble and like Cuckoo Land.
Cuckoo Land.
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think of dumb.
I don't know
NES
either.
games.
I'm just like I'm laughing at the title, not your guess. That's what I'm laughing
Dude,
at.
if it wasn't Mario or Ninja Turtles, I wasn't playing it on NES. Okay,
That's true. I agree.
Or Batman. Game was really bad, by the way. I thought it was just really bad. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, the timer expired a long time ago, but I know you guys are lost. So
I thought
I believe it's Moose's question because he is evens.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 20. I don't even know what to ask. Is it? Do you want me to ask if it's part of a series?
I don't care. I think so many of those games were one-offs, unless it was like.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they might have had more than one. Is it part of a series?
This game had more than one, but it never, as far as I know, and I'm not going to do the research now, it never had 2 or 3 or 4 after it. I feel like there were multiple games made with this in mind.
Okay.
Man. Now I'm thinking like Bust a Move, because I don't think they were like direct sequels to Bust a Move.
Okay, I'm wrong. 2 years after its initial release, there was a 2. So yes, it is part of the series.
Look into his eyes, see if there's a box art in his eyes.
There's not. Wikipedia text.
One of his vinyls has to be reflective, right? One of them's reflective, right?
Hey, good luck. Yeah, I'll pull this one out. See if you can do that. If you can read it there, I'll give you the point.
Nope, I can't. I just see a bright light.
Yep. All right, great.
So we get 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
I don't even know, like, so not a licensed game. Gosh. I don't even know.
I don't know either. Like,
dude, I am so lost. Like
Bubble or whatever, or even what is it, Solomon's Keep or whatever. That would be my guess.
I don't think it's Solomon's Key, because Solomon's Key had some like light stuff, like weird stuff in it. I don't. And I'm pretty sure he plays a human in that game. I don't know. I've never played.
Pretty sure you do too.
I've never played Solomon's Quest, but I've seen the images on Virtual Console enough to know that it's like pretty sure. Shoot, I don't even know. Bubble Bobble sounds like a good guess.
I'm gonna tell you it's wrong, so go pick another one.
I'm gonna tell you it's wrong, bro. See your smug face.
Because technically, Bubble Bobble, you shoot things.
It's true.
Shut up. Oh, no. I forgot about the shooting.
You know what? I'm going to the timer has expired, but
can I ask you a side?
For what? The 5-minute timer?
Yeah, it's been I've been letting this go.
When did you start it?
It expired like a minute and a half ago.
All right.
Shoot. I'll
give you 21 questions.
No, I want to know if we're gonna feel real dumb if we don't get it.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I really don't. I really don't have anything.
Continue to talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
I'm going to. I don't know anything about. I don't know a lot about the NES.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but not like the weird stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, puzzle games. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. The good news is, though, we might finally have a hotel for PAX, which makes me excited.
Nice.
Yeah. Joey and I are going to PAX.
That should be fun.
I know. I'm really excited because, like, Sony and Microsoft are both going to be there, and I'm like I really hope they have some like pretty cool games.
Yeah.
I want to see some of the cool indie stuff. So, man, I honestly have no idea. Like, I don't know. Is Ice Climbers a puzzle game? I don't think so.
It's a
platformer.
I don't think it is.
Ooh, I just had a really good idea.
What's your really good idea?
What if it's a boy and his blob? Because you're solving puzzles. There's platforms in it, but you're not really platforming.
You play as the
blob.
He plays the boy.
Oh, you do? Dang it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Sorry to crush your. Yeah,
you crushed my hopes and dreams, man.
Sorry.
And that also got a proper HD remaster like a year ago on PlayStation. So, ooh, man, I thought I had you figured out, and then Moose poked a whole bunch of holes in my theory like Swiss cheese.
Just because I'm trying to make sure we're not.
Moose is good at that.
Trying to
Moose,
make sure we're not.
Guess?
No, I have no fucking guess.
I don't have a guess either. I'm just gonna whip something out of my butt. I have no idea. I really have no idea. I don't know. Moose, help me.
I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue.
Is Wrecking Crew a puzzle game? I think that's just a let's blow up the building game. I don't really think it's really a
Wrecking Crew. No.
Probably on some level it is.
What about something dumb like I don't know. Columns, but that was for Genesis. That wasn't for. What about something dumb like Burger Time? It's kind of a puzzle game, right?
Yeah, kind of. It is. You want to go with that?
I mean, if you want to. I mean, I don't really think it's really a puzzle game, and I'm pretty sure you play as a human in that game.
You do.
Is Mario human? Did we establish that?
I'm not doing this right now.
All right, we're reaching.
Okay, I am calling it now before you guys pull
we've
anything
got
out of your ass.
Lemmings.
Are you serious?
I say go with Lemmings.
Motherfucker!
Wait.
I fucking quit. I fucking quit.
It's Lemmings?
Yes.
It's Lemmings? Oh my god.
Wait, for real?
Yes, it's Lemmings.
Don't
How
lie.
is
Out in 1991.
How is that a puzzle game?
How is that a
Because
puzzle game?
the puzzle is you have to save a certain amount of lemmings.
That's true. That's true.
And you have to hang on one second. I'm sorry, Reba. They guessed the game and they didn't have it. I apologize. I'm very frustrated. Huh? I apologize. Good night.
He's like, just go away.
You guys did it. You guys did it.
That is insanity.
There are platforms, but you don't jump.
Okay, that's true.
I had a foolproof plan because Moose would say, "Is it a side scroller?" A question that never came. Oh. Welcome to the board, Corey.
I don't even know what made me think of Lemmings. Well, like I was thinking Lemmings, but then I was like, no, I don't think so because I'm pretty sure there's platforming in that game. And then that took me to Clue Clue Land, and I was like, well, I know that came to Virtual Console, and he said it didn't come to Virtual Console.
They did have Lemmings was remade too.
It was not an HD remake.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
But you also asked if it was in a series. It was in a series. There was a Lemmings 2 Tribes, and there was a Lemmings 3 even. But the trivia around this, and there were a couple of things that led me to this. Game. I remember there was a game I wanted to rent, and I'm not going to say it because I'm actually going to use this game for future 20 questions. Apparently, I have to catch up to Moose now because Corey and I are tied at 1, right?
Yes.
And then Moose has 3. But I wanted to rent this particular game, but they didn't have it in stock, and I was stuck for a game to rent. My mother read me the description of Lemmings, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll definitely play that. But it was published. It was developed by DMA Design, published by Psygnosis. It was originally released for the Amiga in 1991 and released on my birthday in 1993 for the NES. Do you guys know anything about DMA Design?
They turned into Rockstar.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
they are the same people responsible for Lemmings are responsible for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
They're similar.
Thanks, Lemmings.
I can't believe this reminds me of that time I guess Booger Man.
You didn't guess Booger Man.
Alien Hominid. Well,
You guessed Alien Hominid. Matt Phillips guessed Booger Man.
Did? No.
Yeah.
I guessed Booger Man.
No.
Yeah, I did.
No.
Yes, I did.
Because Phillips was on. He's like, I was holding up the Fallout bomb. He's like, oh, Interplay. And I'm like, oh crap, did they do Booger Man? And they did. And then you guys just
I'm finding that episode.
Huh?
I'm finding that episode because that was a proud moment for me.
I think
you held up the Fallout thing, and then we started.
Phillips fed the animal.
I mean, that could be. I mean, whatever. Right. You guys got it, and that got Moose's title last year, and now you got this.
So proud of myself right now,
and it's getting Moose's title so far this year.
So I'm up what 3-1 on both.
3-1.
Nice. Commanding lead.
A commanding lead.
That is a commanding lead. I just have one question, Corey.
What?
How come whenever it's Moose's game, like it's going to be next week, how come you never reach this far into your ass when I'm at your team?
And you didn't have to go that far into your ass to get Darkest Dungeon last week.
You know, you're not helping Moose.
I think because he rallies to beat you. I think that's what it is. I think he rallies just to beat you. He's like that Moose guy. I like him. That kill, fuck his couch.
Might be that way, Corey. I bought you whiz and onions when you came to Philly. I feel like we had a good time. I feel like I treated you and your wife with respect. You got to do this to me.
I know. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, he's just.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Next week, he'll pull the game out of his ass.
And now that you've said that, it's not going to happen, Moose. I appreciate your half-ass sentiment, and I respect.
Well, maybe you'll pull the game out of your ass.
I don't have that kind of flexibility anymore. I'm old. I'm almost as old as you are.
Yeah. 39 this year.
I'll be 39 this year as well.
I know, our last year in our 30s.
I'll be 32.
Fuck you.
Enjoy it while you can, buddy.
Yeah. Wait till your body starts feeling like its age. Okay, so that has been. I'm almost angry to end the show on this because Corey just contortioned himself to reach his entire shoulder into his ass. I don't know how this happened. This has been episode 79 of NGR Radio. Moose, where can we find you?
Sven on PS4, Instagram, Twitter. You can also listen to me, Jason, and Jeff discuss PlayStation on Nerds Gone Platinum. You can tweet us at NG_Platinum on the Twitter.
That reminds me, I need to upload your gaming challenge video for tomorrow.
You can also email us questions, comments, and concerns at nerdsgoneplatinum@gmail.com.
Corey.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Matt. I love you.
I think that's a lie.
No, I think Corey actually does love me. I'm not sure what
it's not a lie, right, but I still would like have some. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah.
He still wants to crush.
It's an I love you with a middle finger attached.
Well,
I love
you too. You can. My name is Matthew Keel. You can find me at infinite_rewind on PSN and Twitter and Instagram. Instagram and Twitter are basically the same thing, so pick one, follow me there. Also, I do play Switch. I don't know my friend code. Friend me on PSN, message me there, and I'll probably be more likely to give you my friend code on Switch than in this arena. Yeah, I hope to be on the Brew Review once again when work calms down. I hope to get Matt and the B Flat started back up so I could talk about beer and music respectively, so I don't have to just inflate this podcast with it.
But we like it.
I don't believe you for a second.
No, I really do.
And then also I have, by the time this goes up, I have published my 20 favorite albums of 2017. You should go read it. You should go comment there and tell me whether or not you agree, whether or not you disagree, or what alternatives I should have on that list. Corey, while you're yawning, take us home.
Okay, you can find me at Corey and HD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us at NGR Radio Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. You can email the show at ngrradiopodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and join our Facebook group. Download our family of shows: NerdsCon Platinum, Nintendo Power Block, Arsenal X. Let's see what else. I think that's it. NGRradio.com. I've got a couple reviews of games I've finished this year that are going up. I'm pretty excited to actually post those. So by the time this episode goes up for everyone, it should be posted. And then, there's a couple other things. You can check out Hammer Bros Academy, which are our Twitch streams that we did that we just kind of exported over to the YouTube page.
Yeah. We teach Corey how to play Soulsborne games.
Yeah. And Ed and I have some Nintendo stuff going up soon too. So
Nice.
make sure to check all that out on our YouTube page. Remember, like, subscribe, and share. We are now only 17 subscribers away from our nice, sweet URL. So
please get us there.
Even if you're an audio listener, just click on over to the YouTube page and subscribe. It would make us all very happy. So, So thank you guys so much for watching. Check out NGR Radio B-Sides on Thursdays. That was the other one. Got B-Sides Thursdays, noon. 20 questions. Wednesdays, noon. Broken out in video form. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching. And until next week, we love you.
You guys for getting that right. Banana and
I'm just kidding. Do I want to drink the little one, or should I bust out the big one?
I mean, go big or go home. This is not amateur hour.
Okay. I'm listening to Matt. Here we go. Oh. I missed completely.
It's all right.
Man, those things are gonna kill you.
No, they're not. They're gonna be fine.
No.
And if they don't, Trump's America will. So, it's fine.
Yes.
I'd rather die happy than by a well-fit 6'3", 239-pound man blowing us up with a nuke.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, his health records, man. He's in shape.
Mm-hmm. No one is more healthier than I am.
I'm gonna build the wall myself.
It's gonna be huge.
It's going to be huge. Huge. Mexico's going to pay for it. It's going to be huge.
Yep. And how have we've made no progress on that. So I think NGR has done.
See, I love his band so much that when I eat Mexican food. It has to have a tortilla wall around it.
Okay, I feel like you're stretching for a bit now.
My taco salad is huge. Huge.
That means a different thing than what you mean.
I gave something huge to your mother last night.
There we go. And with that, what do you say we get this B-side started, shall we?
Yeah, all right. Whoa, somebody messaged me. Go away, internet. All right, here we go. Woo!
We here.
Ooh, I almost hit stop recording. That would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have been a Deering thing. So you want me to go into hosting then? Is that how we're doing this? Or no?
Unless you want me to host or you want Moose to host.
I mean, it's up to you, man.
No, you can host. I like it when you host.
Okay.
For some reason it takes the pressure off me and I feel like I can be more relaxed.
All right. Well, I want you to be as relaxed as possible.
It's been a long week.
Brand. That's a bad joke, and I think it's too funny. Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
I got something. It's in the chat today. Makes me sad. Oh well.
We have 2 viewers.
Really?
Yeah, I know one of them's Ed.
And one of them is me.
Oh, well. To be fair, we usually record.
That's me saying hi.
Monday.
Yeah. No. Okay. All right. We ready?
Ready like spaghetti.
Yeah.
I quit.
That's all we had to do? All we had to do to get rid of them?
We only had to rhyme 2 words that sound awful together.
That's true. That's true. All right. This is 79, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.